If you're playing the draw game, one of my favorite strategies to get into a tag sooner is something I call the 3-state Monty. If you were to pick 3 states to apply, I would pick 1 random draw state, 1 preference point state, and 1 bonus point state. This allows you to simultaneously play the game of luck and a game of persistence. That way, each year you apply in the random draw state, you have a chance. Each year you apply in the bonus point state, you have a better chance. And by applying for that preference point state, you'll guarantee yourself a tag in the future at some point. This method allows you to increase your yearly chance of pulling a great tag while still having something guaranteed down the road. This is a great strategy as well if you're trying to save a little bit of money and still jump into the point draw game without having to apply in every single state. The 3-state method allows you to apply in your home state if you live in a mule deer area, and then 2 additional states. When looking into 2 other states, account for factors like whether or not the license needs to be purchased in order to apply, what species outside of mule deer you can apply for, and the total cost per point. Also think about if there might be an over-the-counter or general option in the states you're applying for as well. Now let's take a second and kind of define the type of point structure. So bonus points are extra chances you gain for past years of applying. The number of points is often squared and then +1 for that year you're applying, giving you a total number of the times that that applicant has entered. So let's pretend you've got 10 years of applying, that's 10 times 10, 100 plus that year, you have a 101 chances in the draw in a bonus point state. The preference point system awards tags only to those with the most points. So when you're at the top of the list, you automatically receive a tag or you're in that draw. And a random draw state is exactly that. There's no points at all. Everybody's on the same playing field. Most preference draw states have a modified preference where the majority of the tags are assigned to those people at the top with the most preference points, and then there's some form of random draw as well. In some states, certain species are on a different point system. When it comes to figuring out your best draws or where to apply, I use the Go Hunt Insider and their filtering 2.0. I like to look for areas with the best odds, but still fulfill the parameters I'm looking for. It could be moderate hunter success, good deer quality, or high percentage of public land. Some other factors that I consider might be changing the things that I'm looking for to increase my odds. So an example would be lowering the success, but still have good trophy potential. Or maybe look for areas that have more private land, making it easier to get a tag, but just have fewer places to go hunting. Another application strategy is what I like to call weapon down. If you don't want to wait as long in the draw, look at picking up a different weapon. Rifle hunts are nice, but many of the top areas can have tags that are easier to draw just by switching to a bow or muzzleloader. Some states, including Idaho and Wyoming, even allow archery hunting in some of the premier units with much easier to draw tags or maybe even an over-the-counter or general unit. Some of the top states to take advantage of this tactic include Arizona, Idaho, Colorado, and Wyoming. As far as drastically different odds go, those 4 states take the cake. By changing that choice from rifle to archery, you can hunt those areas sooner. Arizona and Idaho are actually similar in the fact that many of the areas can be a draw for rifle and can be done nearly every year with a bow. Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico are also great states to potentially get into sooner rather than later. One of the best ways to do it is to switch from a rifle hunt to a muzzleloader hunt. Many of those muzzleloader hunts offer better draws and actually have better hunt dates. They have great trophy potential and get you into those units sooner. Another application strategy would be looking at some of the top units, but finding top units with non-prime dates. Many of the premier tags are hard to draw, not only for the trophy potential, but for the hunt dates that that area has. Peak rut hunts with a rifle being the hardest tags to get. If you're only a rifle hunter and you want some of the top units, but will never have enough points to do so, look into season dates in the same areas that are outside of the rut. This is a great way to get into bigger animals in less time. Some of the top states to take advantage of this tactic would be Arizona, Nevada, and Idaho. All have tags in non-prime dates with much easier draw odds. Many of the top areas with prime dates are near impossible to draw. Those willing to hunt the same animals in not ideal times a year may possibly have the opportunity to hunt those top units multiple times in the same amount of time it takes to draw at once. Of course, the prime season dates are the allure of these top units, but for those willing to exchange time applying for time in the field, you have a chance at trophy animals in a lot less overall time. With all that being said, I want the takeaway to be this: having a tag in your pocket is key. Because over the rest of this class, we're going to be diving into breaking down the different season types and the various tactics used to find mule deer. no matter the tag you have.